when last we spoke, you just made an incredible roll. So a critical 6. So I'm not sure how much you got from before I dropped, but Jack.
Absolutely nothing.
Okay, Jax kind of looks you over and says, "Okay," and he takes out a hand computer that's connected to his communicator, and it shows you your bounty on it, and he clicks a button and it disappears.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Get lost.
Okay.
As he turns, he kind of nods to the big guy next to him. Gumption, you do notice that that it was some kind of signal, but you're not sure what to make of it. Dax, the sniper in the Ferris wheel is not going to do anything. That you can tell. He's not like lining you up for a shot. It looks like it's going to be a clean transaction. What do you guys think?
Let's get out of here, guys.
It's not all the booths are closed anyway. We might as well go.
Yeah.
So you guys turn and go?
Yeah.
All right.
Do we want to lead them back to our ship? That seems kind of dangerous.
Well, they know where you came in. They were watching you all the way.
So they watched us park. It's not a subtle.
Yeah. If they wanted us dead, we'd be dead. They presumably have snipers somewhere.
So you make it back to your ship. Something about that whole affair, though, makes you seem uneasy. And Dex, the thing you discovered about that code, you haven't actually told Crane yet. So
yeah, now's a good time to do that.
Crane has made no indication that he knows. So you get back to the ship. You check in on Iris. Iris is fine. And you get back to the cockpit, Gumption. Everything seems fine. It was maybe a little too easy.
So Crane, it's something you should probably know.
It's a numbers game, right? At least one job has to go off flawlessly without any drawbacks.
Look, it just goes to show that when you talk things out, and when you're me, talking things out, things can just go fine.
It's a numbers game. But sorry, Dex, what did you want to say?
That the job might not be done.
Well,
I found.
What do you mean?
Well, while we were there, I found out that you were infected too, by whatever you transferred through you.
Well, I think I would know. I think I would know if I was storing extra data. I know how my equipment works.
I believe you, but we should take precautions.
Well, I'll have Iris help me run a diagnostic. It's sort of hard to run it on yourself, but I'll go down to the workshop and do that.
Well, so she might get infected too, right?
Well, you might need to bring more people. Gumption, are you taking off?
Yeah, might as well get out of here. We're so I mean, I'll do like a check everything over, of course, make sure everything looks all right.
Mm-hmm. Everything seems fine. It's really weird. You lift off from the garage. The others go downstairs to look at Crane's setup. What is Quip doing?
Sorry, I spaced out. Were you asking me something?
Yeah.
Okay.
Gumpson's flying the ship. Crane and Dex are going downstairs to talk about his code problem. And what's Quip doing?
I kind of want to follow Crane and Dex because mostly I'm just happy that this went off without a hitch, as expected, of course. But also I want to know what this is about.
Okay, cool, excellent. So we'll pick it up a little because we're nearing the end. Gumption, as you leave the garage, another ship appears on the horizon. It is a white ship, and it looks vaguely like a tooth. And it's headed straight for the Cerberus, which is your ship.
Okay, so given that there's no amusement park to be hanging out at here, I'm going to take that as a hostile maneuver on their part, that they're coming towards us without announcing themselves.
It is clearly on an intercept course. You kind of bring it up on your sensors. You might have seen this ship before, but you're not familiar with it. It's white, looks like a fang or a tooth, and it looks like it was recently repaired. It has a bunch of missile pods on either side of its fuselage, and it is well armed, and it's heading straight for you. The rest of you go downstairs, a little oblivious of what's going on outside the ship.
Now, we don't have regular guns of any kind on the ship, do we? We just have the grappling hooks?
Not really. Your zip craft have guns, but the main ship does not. Actually, I'm not sure if that's true. I think you might have guns. It would be on your sheet.
We do have long-range scanners and grappling hooks.
Yeah, there's no check for particle cannon.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
there
you're missing
is one for weapons. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, that means like cutlasses and boarding weapons and that kind of thing. You have the grappling hooks, and that is your primary thing. So yeah, this thing is intercept course, maybe 3 minutes.
All right. Well, I'm gonna lure them in. So this is my strategy here. Is I'm gonna take advantage of the terrain around the theme park, and I'm going to look like I'm flying casually, but I'm actually gonna stick around some of the bigger things like the roller coaster and the Ferris wheel, and get to where I'm basically gonna fly in a pattern so that once they get close enough that they might attack us in some capacity, I can dodge in around the buildings and larger structures to use them for cover and to bamboozle them.
I like it. So so your goal here is that you're trying to evade them, or are you trying to like get position on them, or both?
Yeah, both. My idea is to evade them long enough to get close to them, and then I'll show them who the real pilot is here.
Okay, excellent. Why don't we do a helm roll and see what that looks like?
So this is going to be risky, I assume?
Yeah, it's back to risky. It's up to you whether you want to push yourself or if you want to use a gambit or take a devil's bargain.
Let's see. All right. So now, all right. All right, I'm going to go ahead and see if I can get a good advantage from the get-go. So I'm going to do this. I have something called Leaf on the Wind. When you push yourself, you may spend 1 additional stress for a total of 3 to gain +1 effect and +1 die instead of one or the other.
Okay, excellent. I like it.
Okay, so I'll spend the 3 stress. Okay, so that's risky. The effect then is great. What's the effect going to be?
The effect's going to be, yeah, great.
Okay, and +1 die. Oh, well, I got a 5.
Okay, so you do some maneuvering. The ship that is in pursuit is much smaller, so you have to do a lot of tricks to do this. But for a moment, you lose him, and we're going to say you do some winding through the attractions, and then you appear on a 6 momentarily. You're not sure how long it'll be before he notices you. Meanwhile, you guys downstairs have noticed the ship has taken a ton of evasive maneuvers. However, you are down at the brig. You can continue to do this thing where you investigate what's in your brain, or you could find out what Gumption is doing with your spacecraft, or both, really.
It seems like the time for self-analysis may be later. like hit the intercom, like Gumption, what's happening?
Yeah, we got we got some company up here. I just thought I'd take them for a little stroll through the amusement park, show them where the roller coaster is.
Any idea who it is?
It's a big tooth flying at us. Got some heavy guns on it.
Not the Port Authority.
Does not look like standard Port Authority vehicle, no.
Perhaps we should engage our zip ships.
Crane, Crane, you should probably figure this thing out.
It's sort of like rocking back and forth.
Gumption, do you need backup?
I'm having trouble shaking it, so if you feel like getting in the zip ships, let's have some fun.
All right. Well, I don't know what I'm doing down here. I don't really have anything to do down here. I was just curious. So I'll get in the Glaive 2.0.
Okay. So you head towards the hold. There's a communication coming from the other ship. Gumption.
I say, hey there, I like your pearly whites. What toothpaste do you use?
This is Batro. I'm coming for Quip anyway. I don't care if there's a bounty.
Cool. I'll send him right over.
All right. So Crane, are you still gonna do a diagnostic? And Dax, are you gonna help him?
Well, I realize I'm a pretty crap fighter pilot, so I think I'm going to hold my diagnostic off, but I am going to go to the engine room and see if I can't help. What's our big ship called again?
Cerberus.
The Cerberus. Yeah, see if I can't help. Not Wash.
Yeah, you can call me Wash.
All pilots are Wash.
Yeah.
In every space game.
Yeah, see if I can't provide some aid in the as the mechanic.
Nice.
But,
I mean, if that means I get to be Kaylee, then I will double down on that.
But you can also just hack yourself and find out, what the problem is.
Uh,
Or you could do both. You could go to engine room and then hack yourself or whatever.
Yeah, I'm going to ask Iris to help me out in the engine room, and maybe we'll be able to sort something out there.
What about Dax? You could either assist Crane, or you could get in your own ship.
I think I'll get on the scanners and see if there are more of these, or
Okay. So you go up to the cockpit.
find out more about this tooth. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you're in the hold, and you can do you could launch yourself in the glaive if you want to do that. Quip.
Yeah. It's
okay.
It's the Glaive 2.0, and it essentially or that's what Quip calls it, but really it's not a very pretty repair job.
Okay.
It looks very patched together, and a lot of those.
How dare you? How dare you?
Some of the spikes are still bent.
He's in the room. Okay.
No,
all right.
It's great. Crane did a great job. Considering what he was working with.
The nerve of these biologicals.
I know. Jeez, they're so demanding. So just disembarking is going to be easy. You're not a great pilot, but you're pretty decent in a fight. So
Yeah.
This will be interesting. The white ship is called the Incisor, and it didn't notice you until the glaive dropped out of the Cerberus. It's now picked you up, but it now sees both ships, and it now has to make a decision. So, Gumption, that could be your opening. But before we do that, let's do Asher's. You can do a study roll, Asher, if you want to see just if there's anything else out there.
Sure. Or could it be like a scramble to try to get away from the ship?
Nah, it's a study. It's
Okay.
pretty much straight scanning.
And risky, I guess.
Yes.
I'll push myself. Because why not?
Yeah.
We got this far. So that's 2 stress, 1 stress,
1 stress. I'm sorry, 2 stress.
2 stress, 1 die. And I got a 2 with
All
my
right.
1 die.
Um, you don't notice this until it's almost too late. Gumption, you have to shove the helm hard over, and an explosion explodes maybe, I don't know, 20 meters away from the cockpit. So this thing is he's now launching missiles at you. So he's made his choice. He's gonna go at the Cerberus first.
Awesome. I love it.
We're gonna do something with Crane real quick. Crane, you're in the engine room with Iris. What do you do?
Well, I'm looking over the settings and the output, and checking to see if there's anything I need to do immediately that would be helpful. And if it, I'm kind of like pointing out things for Iris as well. But in the process, also asking like, so did you mentioned that you felt different when we were done with the transfer. Can you describe how you felt different before?
The program takes over. You don't know until it's happening. You have to study your own code.
Okay. Well, I think I need to do a diagnostic just to be sure of something. Can you just sort of keep an eye here and pull me out of the diagnostic if it looks like I need to help out?
Okay. Yes, but I'm not sure exactly how I can, but you need to know.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna strap in here and see what I can figure out.
Okay. Well, this is going to be a hack of yourself, so you have a hack of 2. You can also spend any stress or whatever you need to do to give yourself more dice, or you can take a devil's bargain.
Before I do that, so I engaged my hacking rig before. Do I still have that, or
Yes,
is that like a one-use thing?
you still have it. Like,
okay.
Yeah, it's the same thing with a blaster pistol. You don't have to constantly buy a blaster pistol to shoot more shots.
Great.
Right.
Great. Okay. So I've got 2. I am going to push myself for 1. That's just 1 stress or 2?
2 stress for 1 die.
Oh boy, I don't know if I want to do that. I'm almost filled up. Okay, what's the bargain?
Regardless of what you do, the code is going to execute.
No, I'm gonna say no to that.
What? Okay. I thought that was a fine devil's bargain.
It is very good, and I admire it from a GM's point of view, but I don't want to take it.
All right, fair enough.
But let's see. I'm trying to think how I could get a 3rd die here. You know what? I'm just gonna roll my 2 dice.
All right, let's see it.
Is this risky?
This is actually desperate.
Yeah. What kind of effect?
It's gonna be standard.
Okay. And no bonus dice, so here we go.
All right. Oh, not bad.
Yeah. Could be worse.
Okay. You at first you start studying your code and you don't see it, but then you realize that something has changed in your core processing, and then you see it. It has overwritten part of your base code, and to your surprise, it's been running this entire time. So whatever has infected you has been doing its thing ever since you tried interfacing with Iris. you're looking into it, and you're drawn to the power plant and the engine. There's something you could do if you let the program run.
You mean like I could let this thing dump into the power plant computer?
No, if it runs, it'll run through you, and you will do something to the power plant.
And there's no way to analyze whether it's a good thing or a bad thing?
It's some kind of ancient code. You're not even sure what it is.
Okay, well then it's definitely not like an intentional sabotage of our ship, because.
You don't know.
But it seems like this thing is going to process and run no matter what, right?
It's running in you. And the thing is, you notice that it's been running this entire time. The real question is whether you let it do its thing. You have a choice.
Just then, you hear over the comms, you hear Gumption say, "Hey, we need some more juice. Can you give me some more? Give me some more from the engines."
There we go. That's what I needed. You're a good person, Walter. Yes. Gumption, I will get right on that. And I'm just going to head over to the engine core.
Okay.
And kind of see what feels right.
All right. This is a rig roll. You're going to need to make a rig roll.
Am I repairing or upgrading?
You are upgrading.
Okay. So I get to treat the system I worked on as one quality higher for the remainder of the job.
Okay.
With my overclock ability. And am I working on a clock?
No.
Okay.
No, actually you are.
Oh,
But,
okay.
Yeah.
That just means I get to fill a segment. That's
Yes.
all. And okay. So I'm rolling rig. I have 2 in rig. Do we have any gambits?
We have, according to the sheet, you have 4. So I'm assuming that Alex has been on it.
I've been trying to be on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm not sure if that's accurate, but you at least have 2. So,
Yeah.
I think it's accurate. So
All right. Anyone mind if I use one of those to, I assume, install the NOS system so that we can drag race and drift? Okay, so I'm going to use one of those and roll 3 dice, I guess. Do I have that right?
Yes, I believe so.
Oh, also, I want to, let's see, I have 3 more load. So I'm going to use 2 of those for fine ship repair tools.
Okay. That'll increase the effect. So
yeah, that's fine. I'm just worried that, like, I don't know what's going to happen. I hope it's good, and if it's good, I don't want to do a shitty job of it. So that's kind of my bank.
Okay, cool. Let's
So
see the roll.
Okay, so I'm rolling 3. Risky, desperate,
It is desperate.
standard,
Yes.
or I guess with the other bonus that I have.
Mhm.
But, yeah. Okay, here we go. Hey, that's
Wow,
not bad.
nice roll. So, Gumption, something is happening to the ship. You feel like a surge go through it. You were kind of expecting to get like a power boost, but something else happens. What appears to be a small Stargate, appears in front of the ship.
Holy shit.
You have a choice here, Gumption. It's so close you could fly through it. You could try to maneuver so the ship in pursuit goes through it, but not you. You have some options. You're not sure how long that gate is going to be open, but you sense that it's not going to be forever. Also, you get one more gambit, guys, because you rolled a 6.
Nice.
No. I'm
and
sorry,
Quip,
you don't get it because
and Quip is already out in the zip.
Yeah, I'm already out in the glaive too.
So you also see this thing appear. It looks like a Stargate. The only difference is that the Stargates that link the planets are, fixed stationary things, with hard point rings and that kind of thing, hardware around it. And this isn't. This just appeared out of nowhere. You're not sure what happened, but Crane, you know what happened. You caused that thing to appear.
Do I know where it goes?
No.
Hmm.
All right. Well, given that I need to coordinate with Quip here, I think trying to send
Batra.
Batra through the gate is a good option.
Yeah.
I'm gonna steer that way.
Let me interrupt you there. Crane
Mhm.
may not know, but the Mystic might know.
Might know where it goes.
Yeah, because this is Mystic.
Ah, right. Okay.
Yeah, and I'm right
So,
there in the cockpit with
hey,
you.
Yeah.
hey, Dex, what's up with this thing? Can you get a read on this?
All right, I'll meditate on the subject.
All right. Let's see your attune.
Can I get help at all?
If Gumption wants to help you, he can peer into it and kind of like look at the stars or whatever, try to navigate whatever's beyond.
Yeah, I can navigate into position so you can get a good fix on this. I can do a flyby.
Sure.
Is it risky, controlled?
It's risky and it's standard effect.
So then I would be spending 1 stress to give Dex an extra
Yes.
die.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do that.
I'll push myself, so I'll get 2 extra die. Hopefully, we'll get a crit. Nope.
Okay.
Got a 5 though.
Okay. You kind of reach out towards it, I think, with your powers, and you sense a bright light beyond it. You think it leads closer to the sun, maybe really close to the sun. But here's the thing: you're not sure if it's this sun. It might be another sun.
All right, so I'll relay that.
All right. Yeah, let's let this fellow explore it. Sounds like too much energy for us to. Yeah, I'm gonna nudge Batu in.
Oh, so you're gonna let him get close, and then you're gonna kind of give him the a push.
Yeah. Well, now so we didn't get anything extra on the thrusters, just this gate appeared, right?
Just this gate appears, so you are much less maneuverable. However, you do still have the glaive to help you corral it. So if you he can assist you, or you can assist him.
Yeah,
wants
yeah,
to make a roll.
that might work better. I think probably what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play chicken with Batu, and so that Batu's gonna try and line up another shot on me, and I'm just gonna take a chance on pulling free and dodging at the last minute. But that whole maneuver is gonna just totally open up a nice shot for Quip.
Okay, so you're assisting me?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. So, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna blast him, Quip? You could, or you could push him through.
I mean, I don't want to get near that gate really, so my plan is, I think, to try to blast him and use the force of the blast to knock him in through the gate. I'm gonna say some. So yeah, I'm gonna lock onto him and I'm gonna say, "Hey, Botro, time for your root canal."
That's terrible, but
An excellent quip, if I may.
Thank you.
All right, so this is a scrap roll, and I think you should use every button that you have. You're at a ton of stress though, so
Yeah, if I push myself, I will pass out.
so maybe you want the trauma. You said you wanted it.
I did want the trauma. Yeah, the trauma.
So now or never.
So I'll push myself, use the gambit, and I will. And is this?
You're kind of breaking up. Is this
Sorry.
just me? That's all right.
Is it desperate?
It is desperate. You want to
Okay,
hear a devil's bargain?
I'll be tempted to take it then, or I could just traumatize myself. I'll hear the devil. It's the last session. Let's hear the devil's bargain.
Regardless of whether you're successful or not, the glaive will be sucked in as well.
Okay. Screw it. I'll take it.
Okay. All right.
Would it be possible to eject first?
You don't know. You don't even know where it goes. I would take the trauma personally because I think the trauma would be actually cooler. But
yeah, I'm not. Yeah, on second thought. Yeah, I'll push myself. Take the assist. Spend a gam. And it's a desperate roll, so I get +1 dice from Daredevil.
Okay,
So that's
4 dice.
4 bonus dice total.
Yeah.
Right.
You took my dice, my assist, right?
Yes.
All right. So you roll scrap. It's desperate, and the effect is standard, and then you add 4.
No sixes.
No, but it is successful. Batros is you make a couple good strikes. Batros is unable to maneuver. He almost looks like he's going to crash into the Cerberus. The Cerberus moves at just the right moment, leans over. I guess Gumption leans over really hard on the helm, and then Sizer gets sucked into the gate. However, you're falling close behind, and the glaive starts to break up, and you see it. Like the fuselage starts to disintegrate as Batros disappears. The gate disappears almost immediately after, leaving the glaive in a bunch of pieces. Gumption's gonna have to pick you up, but for the most part, crisis is over. You also are traumatized by this. You'll need to pick a trauma. There's many, there's many fine trauma items here. If you go all the way up in the trauma bar, your character is a shell of himself, and he needs to be retired.
I'm gonna take vicious.
All right. We are well past our time to wrap up, and some of us need to be at other places. We're gonna do some epilogues real quick. What happens to your character in the next 6 months? So we will start with Asher. What happens to Dax in the next 6 months?
I think this gets her interested in these Stargates, so I think you see her going to different stars and like more across the universe than in the past. Yeah.
Cool. What about Crane? What do you think happens to Crane, Jason?
I was trying to figure out whether the ability to upgrade the engine is lost now that he's done it once. And
you tell me. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it is. And so this ship is the one ship that can like generate these jumps. And so I think the sort of the personal passion is like figuring out how to direct the jumps and trying to send probes through and figure like it's not something they can monetize and turn into, although I guess the ship is now a priceless artifact, but I don't know. He would just be completely obsessed with trying to figure this thing out, and hopefully Iris wants to stick around and be friends as well. But yeah, that's what I picture is Crane and Iris working together, trying to figure out how the engine works.
All right. Gumption, you are in charge of a one of a kind ship. No one else has this ship. What happens to Gumption?
Is loving it. So Gumption just starts like filling his Instagram account with pictures of himself nebula surfing all these really sick plasma waves in these like far off lands as he flies this ship through these gates to these like ridiculous places nobody's ever been to before. Yeah,
I love
that's
it.
what Gumption's up to.
Couldn't have happened to a better pilot. So Quip, what do you do? What happens in 6 months? You're a different person.
Yeah, he's a lot like he used to be a little bit like, hey, let's not do violence first kind of person. Let's talk through things. But he just maybe maybe it's just he's tired or frustrated, but like he's just a lot quicker to anger, quicker to uh, you know, uh, try violence as a strategy on his various jobs, and I think uh, by the end of 6 months, he's gotten himself killed.
Wow. Okay, that is pretty hardcore, but I respect it. Well, we'd have to see. Great character though. I love it. Okay, so we're definitely over. So I'm going to stop the broadcast. We'll do a quick stars and wishes, and then we'll go from there. Thank you for listening if you've been listening, and thanks to my players for providing a great finale. We'll talk in a minute.